Welcome to the Leverton Review, which is not called the Leverton Review. It's called Leverton on Everything. There's three rules to this podcast. The first is like a secret rule, which is I often don't know the title of my own podcast. The second rule is that I review everything, books, movies, podcasts, mostly movies and TV shows at the moment, but I will expand later. And the last rule is that every review I do is under 10 minutes, except for one that's an Easter egg that you have to go and find by listening to all of the other episodes. So if you find it, you can write it in the comments like, this is the episode that has more than 10-minute review, and you can savor it because those things don't happen all the time. Okay, so 10 minutes starting from now. This is a review of Galaxy Quest. This is one of those movies that people dismissed when it came out, but over the years have come to accept as one of the greatest sci-fi satires of all time. It makes fun of the obsession that people used to have with Star Trek that has now blossomed into other sorts of obsessions with cosplay and Comic-Cons and things like that. But is also done in a very loving way, and it shows why people really do love a story like that and characters like that. Tim Allen is a very surprisingly well-cast version of William Shatner, and he plays a Shatner-like character with more grace and humanity than a Shatner actually possesses. Alan Rickman plays an alien stereotype, but he is such a great actor, and he was the best at expressing frustration. The CGI looks a bit dated, but parts of the movie are still really funny. I think you would enjoy this if you love Star Trek, and even if you don't, you'll get something out of it. Yeah, I think in the Star Trek versus Star Wars thing, Star Wars kind of won, but because I think it's much more prominent than Star Wars is, and Star Wars used to be much more prominent. But I'm not sure that's a bad thing. I think maybe it should stop. Like, there were probably like 1,000 hours of Star Trek content in the 90s, and they didn't stop there, so it just kept on going and going and going. That was a bit crazy. Yeah. But Galaxy Quest is fun, so you can check it out. Another thing you can check out is my son and I have a podcast called the Everything and More Etc. podcast, where we review books, movies, podcasts, things like that. I think you'll like it. We enjoy making it. Actually, no, I did. We don't review books, movies, and podcasts. We review animated series. I review books, movies, and podcasts. We review animated series in the first season. Yeah, I guess that's the fourth rule. I'm building the lore of my own podcast universe, one rule at a time.